Hi, welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. In this video will lead us to complete demo of feature selection for machine learning comparing a correlation based filter approaches to the wrappers. Feature selection is often an essential data processing step prior to applying a learning algorithm. The removal of irrelevant and redundant information often improves the performance of machine learning algorithms. There are two common approaches. A wrapper uses the intended learning algorithm itself to evaluate the usefulness of features, while Alter evaluates features according to heuristics based on general characteristics of the data. The wrapper approach is generally considered to produce better feature subset but runs much more slowly than Alter. This paper describes a new filtering approach to feature selection that uses a correlation based heuristic to evaluate the worth of feature subsets. When applied as a data pre-processing step for two common machine learning algorithms, the new method compares favorably with the wrapper but requires much less computation. Next we are going to see the flow of this process. For this process, first we need to take the data set. In this process, we are considering the data set as breast cancer data. This will be downloaded from that UCA repository. After getting the data set, we will need to pre-process it. In the pre-processing level, we have to reducing that unwanted data and removing that irrelevant data from that data set, and we have parsing the data from the data file and store it into that SQL format. After completing the pre-processing, we are achieving that mean. In that mean class, we getting two levels. In our data set, we using that binary class. Each class containing the 1000 attributes. So each attribute will containing two kind of classes. But after this result, we getting that multiple of means with the attributes. Next we need to computing the information gain for each attributes. After computing this information gain, we have to applying that weight and similarities. This will help us to predicting that fast correlation based filtering approaches. After completing that similarities, we are applying that algorithm of FPBC to selecting set of features. After that feature selection, we have to applying that SPM based kernel mechanisms to reapplying the classification. In this approach, we will reducing that number of best features selection. Next, we are going to see the complete demo of this process. In this process, we can able to running that file choose.java. எங்களுக்கும் அதே வரல. எங்க வாய்ஸை விட நீ சொல்றது இங்க ரெக்கார்ட் ஆகுது. ஒரு தடவை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண போதுண்டா, அது எல்லாத்துலயும் பிளேஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு வீடியோவும் ஓப்பன் பண்ணி ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்க. எதுக்கு இத்தனை தடவை நீ சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருக்க வெல்கம் வெல்கம்னு? நீ சொல்றத பார்த்தா அந்த வண்டி இறங்கி சிஸ்டம் விட்டு உள்ள வந்துட போகுது. Next we need to selecting the data set. Here we have to using the data set as breast cancer. After getting the data set, we need to passing the data set and applying the pre-processing. After completion of this, the data will be stored into SQL. Then we need to computing that binary class mean values. First I have to computing that mean value for class 1 for each attributes. In this data set will containing that attributes of 500. Then I have to computing that mean value for that second class. After computing this both, we need to computing the entropy for overall data set. This results will providing that first class contains relapse having that count of 34 and having that entropy value as 0.522. After computing this, we have to applying that second class for that data will be a 44 and that entropy value will be 0.46. The total count of that attributes data will be 78. The information gain for overall dataset will be computed by using that information theory. After computing this, we need to computing that each attribute's information gain. This may take few minutes. After getting that probability table successfully created and multiple rows affected, then we move to that next page. Then computing that FCBC mechanism. In this FCBC mechanism, we have to selecting that 131 features from that 500 features. After getting this, we are applying that KP SVM. So kernel based SVM mechanism will providing that set of attributes polished. Then we have to applying that learning approaches. After this learning approaches, we have to computing that reclassification approach by using this machine learning. In this approach, will providing that three kind of classes. So here we have to reformulating that binary classes into multi-classes format by using that machine learning approaches with fast correlation based feature selection mechanism. That final evaluation graph will showing that feature selection mechanism will reducing that number of features selected. So here that FCBC mechanisms and SVM tree having similarly nearby same, but the FCBC mechanism is having that less number of features to be selected. Thanks for watching.